to the dragons. That's a dragon. There's a phoenix. There's a dragon. There's a dragon back here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is November 18th, 2022, and here's your Moldavite update for today. Today is a portal day, and days divisible by 3, 6, and 9 opens up portals into other dimensions. Okay, so today's 18th is divisible by 9. 9, 18, and 27th are very powerful days. So if you dig a little deeper, vortex math, 9 is the date that is interdimensional. It taps into all these different dimensions, is what I'm experiencing. So notice what's happening in your reality. Has things been moving today? Has things been flowing? Are you being called to do some, go to church or go to a temple or do something that's very a high vibration energy? So I'll give you an example. Today, I was guided to go down to a temple of a very famous monk here in Houston. We call him Master 9. And so he built a very huge temple here. Celebrities or different people from all over the world come and visit him during this temple. And of course, Uncle 9, right? He's divisible by 9. Of course I would get pulled here. But I haven't visited his temple in a while, since the beginning of the year. But somehow today, the last couple of days, I asked for alignment and clarity. And literally, in the morning when I asked for clarity, in the evening time, I lost my contacts. It was my last pair of contacts. So talk about a new vision coming through. So that was 2 days ago. But today, I was guided to go down to Uncle 9's temple. We call him Uncle 9 too. So Master 9. Originally I was gonna go there, of course, right? When we think we're gonna do something and come there and the energy completely changed. I went there. My intention was to go meditate for a little bit, walk around his garden. And so by the time I got there, I found out there was an evening prayer. So long story short, I ended up staying for the prayer. It's fascinating to experience with my new energies, my new state of consciousness, to go back to these high vibration portal places and observe the energy. So throughout the prayers and the gong was going off, one, sound, right? Sound vibration. I feel this vibration every time the gong goes off. I feel it opening up my chakras. 2, the prayers, these different vocals, I hear them open up the chakras. Different sounds open up different centers within our body. So as I was in the back observing, tuning in, there were different deity statues all around the temple. And when we because they were prayed to, gave offerings, a lot of these deities are very present there. So I can feel their energy very prominently there. Different deities, and there's one deity that asked to release any cords that I've taken on, help me cut any cords, release any energies. And how you know which deity is calling for you or which god and goddesses is if you're just looking nonchalantly there, sitting, being present, and all of a sudden you get a pull of energy to look somewhere. So I got pulled, my energy pulled to this one deity. I think it was like Kuan Yin, but a different incarnation, and she has this black lion figure sitting on top. She was sitting on top of it, and she had a sword. So when I got pulled over her, I just asked, how can she be of service to me, or how can she help? And the first thought that came through was help me release and cut some cords or any energies I've taken on. And so as everyone's there sitting, doing the prayers together, I could feel her energy working on me. It's really fascinating. And it's kind of like we have an altar at home, and if this altar we pray to every day, that energy builds up over time. Okay, so now you're talking about this huge temple there's different deities. Different people bring offerings, burn incense, and they pray to these different deities more often than if we have an altar at home and we don't pray it to every day. Does that make sense? Or if we have a new Buddha or statue of a god or goddesses, if we don't pray to every day, the energy is not as potent as it is at a temple. So that was one thing I noticed at the temple. 2, I also feel like it's some kind of portal. I went there, especially if you're living in a dense area and there's not a lot of nature or trees around you. It's very easy to get caught in all this Wi-Fi energy, this different frequency that's coming through the air that we can't see, but it's happening, right? It's getting us off tune. And so, especially in a crowded city, if you can find a temple or a mosque or a church, whatever energy is pulling you to, go there as a what's it called, a refresher, a clearing. Because when I was sitting at the temple, this crown energy was very open. I could feel it opening, and I called in all the different deities there to work on me as I was sitting in prayer. So yeah, that was happened today. It was more like an upgrade, a download, whatever wants to come through, and then a release. So wherever the energy is pulling you to, this one phrase I want you to, when you go into meditation or when you go to these different temples, sit in quiet and say, be still and know that I am God. So powerful. When I said that in the temple, I felt goosebumps going down all through my body and everything started vibrating. Okay? When you're in a high vibration, when you're in a outside degrees, when you're in a high vibration and you open up these channels, the energy comes through. And whenever why it says be still, because when you're still, your energy centers are centered in alignment. This is when the energy comes through. How I managed to piece together anyways. Okay, what else? I want to talk about this red thread. Every time we visit this temple, there would be water bottles that are given out. Now these are prayer water, and there's a red thread that's tied around it, as if it's some sort of activation for the water. Okay, this red thread is coming back. So the last 2 months, it's been kind of 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks has been kind of quiet. Then all of a sudden, after the 11/11 regression and the 11/11 portal, 2 of the participants came through, and then the next day I got this. See, agrees again. I got this this download that hey, their thread is ready. So I feel like there's some correlation with the 11/11 portal, getting them back into alignment, right? 11/11 is alignment numbers, and when they come out of it, this red thread came through, and also. My neighbor, I gave him a red thread. When I tune into this energy, I feel like we have a past connection, a past life. And so I gave him a red thread. And he messaged me today. He's like, hey, Tammy, you came up in my dreams last night. And typically doesn't get any dreams. So what I feel like the red thread is doing is it's waking us up in the dream state. Right? Because if we are indeed in this matrix, in the simulations, we are waking up, going through the routine, something mundane that we don't even think anymore. We don't think with our minds. We allow others to think for us. And so by waking up this dream state, we're starting to wake up to something that is beyond this reality. That makes sense? So it's been interesting. It's triggering dreams. I've been getting quite a bit of dreams too. So a lot of times when we are sleeping or relaxed, this is where we can purge, we can release a lot of energy. So when you're in the dream state, before you go to bed, ask your guides to help you release what needs to be released in your dream state, because that's when you're in the most surrender. So that's a little update I have on the red threads. We'll see what happens at the end of this thread. But anyways, just want to share that this thread and this 11/11 regression, there's triggering something. But yeah, if you feel called, whenever you're ready, come find your thread. That message I got last month about this red thread is going to bring in my first $1 million. You know, I think there may be something to this, right? Because it's going to be a lot of red threads to make, but it's triggering people's dreams. So anyways, we're all experiencing this as we go. For those who have the red thread, I would love to hear your shares of what's coming up and what's coming through for you. But I'll be curious to know. So we're all uncovering and discovering this as we go. And also, I want to share about I'm going to host a 11/22 session transmission meditation. So this is going to be also the new moon. So this is what I'm guided to facilitate. I'm not too clear exactly what's going to happen, but I feel like it's going to be time to download and transmission on 11/22. November 22nd, 1122. These are both master numbers. The number 22 is a number of totality in numerology. Okay, so completion. Even when I was making this red thread, I was guided to make 22 knots on each side. And in the middle is a gold ring for totality. Cool, huh? Yeah, something is up with this 22 number, and also 11. 11 is alignment. So I opened up the registration for that 11/22 session. Originally, I had to cost it, but since it is Thanksgiving, since it is during Thanksgiving week, I'm feeling in this giving mood. So that session is going to be a contribution from me to everyone who feels called to show up. So I'm grateful for everyone who listened to intuition and listened to wherever they're being called. So thank you for being part of this journey with me. Okay, we're all figuring out, we're all following this energy and seeing where it leads us. But I have a very good feeling that something big is about to happen. Not really clear from which direction, but I just sense it. But yeah, so little update for you guys. Sign up for the past life regression 1111 portal. I have that recorded and still available, so go tune into that. And then also feel called to get a red thread. Put that in the link as well. And also RSVP for the 11/22 transmission. We're going to download a bunch of stuff. Whatever you cleared during the 1111 portal opens up room. Every time you work on yourself, you're making space. And then on this 11/22, whatever space you manage to clear it and open up, we're going to download whatever energies that wants to come through. We're going to have a Moldavite grid open, and we'll go from there. Anyways, tune in with your intuition on how to proceed. Other than that, I will see you for the next episode. Temidu, sign off.